From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for... And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Another gigantic game in Week 4 for Kamara. He had 181 all-purpose yards, 3 more touchdowns. Kamara, he leads the league in yards from scrimmage, so I'll ask my resident volunteer here. Could you possibly have seen him becoming a monster like this?
I think it's always easy to say yes after the fact, but we did know before the fact that he had this all-purpose capability, that you could throw it to him. Obviously, he could run it. I did think he could run it better inside than maybe people gave him credit for, and he did that against the Giants, ran for 134 yards. So you could see all those things coming together. But to absolutely say we would see him at this level, this fast, I'm not sure anyone could unequivocally state that.
Here we go. Ready. We're waiting. Ready, what's up?
They go play action here on first down. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Breeze now on first down. Now Breeze lost the football, but fortunately the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Breeze to throw. Forced out to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on third down, Smith. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Back to the ground, Peterson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So the false start will back them up 5. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Here's Smith. And he's got it. Smith finding his big tight end read for a Redskins first.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. They'll run for it with Peterson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll give it to him up the middle. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal. Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Alex Smith, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The return man is Hill. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Ready. We're waiting.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Ready. We're waiting.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. On 1st down, Smith. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently. But that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On second down, Peterson. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On third down, Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side. He got his man complete. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Demario Davis there on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Smith now on second down. Completes it right side to Doxson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Smith finding Doxson that time for a Washington first. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Handoff comes to Peterson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It's the linebacker, Manti Te'o, on the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on second down is Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The ball comes out. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Breeze to throw on second down. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
Ready. We're waiting.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Ready. You waiting?
Back now here live in New Orleans. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. This is caught by Gale. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready. You waiting?
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ready. You waiting? 20 seconds.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play. One
of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Breeze now to throw. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
Set, wide,
Now Smith looking to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. He's back to throw, and that is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and now it's second down. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. Fourth down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Smith now to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down. Now it's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Smith. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock. And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining. The Redskins on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Throwing again is Smith. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. The dangerous Hill now to return. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the
defender's giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 30, past the 20, 10, 5. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Smith, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Play action. It's Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Smith. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, Smith. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. A lot of efficiency here on this drive. Heck, this may be their best drive of the game.
Yeah, if they'd moved it like this throughout the entire game, we probably wouldn't be here in overtime. But right now, what you just said was the key word, efficiency. Taking care of the ball, move it downfield, get themselves in a position to score and win this game.
Back to throw, Smith. Pass incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Smith. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. The return man is Hill. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Now Breeze. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Breeze now on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Thomas. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Ready. You waiting? Time.
Here's Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now here's your ball game. Down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady.
The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That, the definition of a do-or-die play, but they keep this overtime session going with a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready. You're waiting.
Now, Breeze again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Breaking that one up, the former All-Pro Josh Norman. So getting in there to swat that one away, Josh Norman defensively.
I still remember the first time I saw him in person. It was a postseason college all-star game. And he's out of Coastal Carolina, and he was the buzz of the week. Everyone kept talking about that corner. Got to go back and do more work on him. It's paid off pretty darn well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Josh Norman's had quite an impact in the NFL.
Coastal Carolina round 5 and now a stud. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Breeze now on first down. That's caught by Meredith right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.